You look at the American League Central, and I don't know about you, I think every team has questions. What do the Guardians need to do to compete for the division title?
Well, they need to stay healthy. Their pitching needs to stay healthy. That kind of wrecked them last year. And like we were saying earlier on, they need to find a way to score some runs. They have to take advantage of the new rules in baseball, where they've opened up the running game. They did that. They were third, I think, in stolen bases last year in the American League. But they really have to push the envelope. They have to take advantage of everything they can muster in that regard. Stephen Vogt was talking about we're emphasizing this season 90 feet at a time, to do the little things you have to do to win games, because they're not going to hit the ball out of the park. This is not going to. They're not going to turn into the 27 Yankees or last year's Atlanta Braves overnight. This team was last in the league in home runs last year and second last 2 years ago. So the home run is kind of a mystical event in Cleveland.
Having said that, 2 years ago, really successful, that run. Last year, not so much. Is it? I mean, there were a couple of guys that had subpar years offensively that you probably think will bounce back. And, Jimenez had the slow start, and Kwan wasn't quite as good as he was the year before. And those are guys that, if they're on, the offense looks a little different.
Yeah, for sure. And they've got to get some production, from the thing to me, Dave, is they got to get production from the outfield. They need Brennan. Brennan hit, 266, which was well above, the league average. But there was, he's got to drive in some runs too. There's got to be some production behind that batting average. And it's, however that shakes out in center field, if it's Laureano, if it's Straw, if it's a Florial, they've got to find the right guy or the right platoon to, get as much, production as they can out of them, because otherwise this off, you can't win games scoring 3 runs a game and 3 or 4 runs a game. You're just not going to do it. You're not going to win enough.